Okay, I went out of it and went back into it. Now it's moving again. Oh,
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Meeting is now streaming to YouTube. Let's see if it's working this time. All right. Yes. We are live and it's working. Good gracious. Every week. All right. Hey, folks.
Okay, I went out of it and went back into it. Now it's moving again.
Sweet. Awesome sauce. But I think for some reason, did I unmake myself the host? Or am I think I'm still the host. Okay, cool beans. Let me go to here.
Oh,
All right. Hey, we're back.
hear me now?
Hey, Jody.
Yes.
yes.
Cool. Meeting is now streaming to YouTube. Let's see if it's working this time.
How am I rehearing what you said before?
I
Yeah,
know.
it's been a little
I opened up YouTube on my computer, and so I'm
Oh,
all good now. Hi, Levi. Hi, Jody. Welcome in. All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that delay. For some reason, my computer decided to be silly. So, welcome to the Lucky Ones podcast. I am your host, Lucky Wood, along with my beautiful co-hosty people. We have Christina Casto, Amanda Marshall, and Katie Hankey down below. Um, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have some amazing co-hosts coming on, or some amazing guests I should say, popping on here shortly. But I just wanted to do a quick plug because the spots are filling up. We have 5 spots filled on the On the Rise main card. So 50% full for the main card. So if you want to be featured on the main card, please, ladies, grab a super match partner and or competitor or a rival or whoever, and make sure you guys get your forms filled out. It is on the Lucky One podcast. There's an event, and there is also on the group page on Facebook. So, hello, welcome in. Hello, Tall Paul, welcome in. Tall Paul, what do you think of Winter Blast? Most of us watched a lot of it today. We saw the ladies pulling and they were awesome. We saw, yeah, it was great. Let me see if for some reason, this one is still not showing up. And I don't understand why.
are you the
Show.
only one that can see the comments coming in? Because you're the admin.
No, I'm on,
yeah, because I can't see him.
they're on my, phone. So
Mm.
like I have my phone set up on the
I
YouTube
feel
so
like I need another computer on the side now.
yeah, right. I really want to do this at my school because I have dual monitors at my school and I look
Oh,
like
that's
a
cool.
real gamer because I have like that purple gaming chair that TikTok bought for me last year. It's so awesome. Like I look so cool, but the school alarm goes off at 10. So yeah. And it's actually like 3 on Saturdays. So I don't really want to get a call from my principal and superintendent being like, want me back to school. Welcome in, Mike. My lord, what in the world is going on in the arm wrestling world? I know. So poor Winter Blast. I saw at least 2 arm breaks
Oh,
in the amateur division and then in the women's class.
mm.
I didn't watch the guy break his arm, but I heard it because I was screen recording. And I was just like, oh, Sean Hancock did a great job of grabbing the arm and leading him off the stage. But I did feel bad for the for the women because like literally they're like getting ready to pull and this guy with a broken arm walks right past their table. That was crazy. And then the lady who broke her arm was a total beast about it and just was like, I think she was in total shock too. Um,
Yeah. Mhm.
um, um,
Awesome.
we have a couple people who have firsthand experience. I've never broken an arm, knock on wood. quite literally. So I hope that doesn't happen, but you know, that's the sport we are in. I have broken my leg though, running. So that was not fun. I do not recommend. I went to work that morning not knowing that my leg was broken. And so I'm like limping around the school and I was like, I need tomorrow off because I'm pretty sure I sprained my ankle pretty bad. And the nurse practitioner came in to the office and was like laughing. And he was like, you realize you broke it, right? And I thought he was joking. I started laughing. I was like, haha, right? He was like, no, it's broke. Like, yikes.
Yeah, I hope I don't break my arm. I've broken my leg too. And then my coach made me walk on it because he was so lovely.
What sport?
Soccer. He's like, don't whine, Katie Hankey, get up. No whining. No whining. I used to whine a little bit, so.
Oh my goodness. That happened to me in gymnastics. I broke two of my fingers in gymnastics and I had to like hold on to the bar. And so then I got off the bar and like my fingers were this swollen, like all that was skin. And I was like, I don't think I can hold on anymore. Winter Blast was awesome. The Nunya sweep surprised me though. Yes. Nunya winning I think was kind of an upset today. So I think, you know, mad props to him. He worked really hard. You could tell he like how emotional he was. He put a lot of heart and soul into that match. You know, I think it's one of those things where he let kind of Paul take over the promotion of it a little bit by being all over social media, and then he showed up and showed out. So, you know, congrats to Nunya on that big 3-0 win over Paul Italia. Y'all got anything to say about that?
Man, it was a headache waiting for it to happen. I still like to know why there was like an hour wait from when that match was supposed to start, you know? That'd be kind of cool to figure out what happened there.
True. I think Paul said he was there at 3. Paul said he was there at 3. The tournament had not reached its halfway mark, and they had way more entries than they anticipated. And then, of course, with the arm breaks, everything slows down. So I think if we hadn't had the arm breaks, if we, you know, if it ran a little bit more regimented, it probably would have started right at 3.
You think so? Because Nunya was on the stage waiting for Paul for a solid 30 minutes.
Right, but that was at 3.
He left. Yeah, there. So, and then he left, and then it was like right about what 4:15 when they started.
3.
They went ahead and was
Yeah.
Well, that was a little after because they went ahead and started throwing some matches up there to get things going, so people didn't have to wait.
Right. So yeah, I know they went to start it at 3:30. Paul was not in the vicinity because he had been there at 3, and then it took him forever to get back to the location. So I know there was a lot of debating on. Hello,
Sarah, welcome.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
So I don't think she can hear us yet.
Oh.
I got you. I was watching at 3:04 and only no Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3:04 Central Time. That would have been 4:04 our time. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so she's connecting to the audio.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yeah. You're good now.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our wonderful, beautiful special guest, Sarah Latona. Not only a amazing puller, but also a female ref, just like Casto over there. So welcome. We are so blessed to have you in those two capacities, and we're all ears for all the wonderful things that you want to talk about tonight. We have a couple of questions, things that we'd love to know about you, and whatever you want to share as well. The floor is yours.
Sorry if you guys hear Jason's watching the UFC right now, so if you hear that in the background, he's watching the UFC right now.
What? He's supposed to be watching the YouTube channel.
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's all right. My kid's watching Ghostbusters, so we got all sorts of weird noises.
There we go.
All the backgrounds, all the backgrounds. I think we'll only be concerned if he starts like coming over there and doing the UFC moves on you and practicing.
Well, we do know jujitsu, so
There you go. There you go.
we could.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do a separate podcast for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the nighttime one.
Right. That's the only forearms one.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, well, that's a good segue. Sarah has an awesome store that I'm going to go spend all my money on. So I'm going to pull it up real quick because she shared it to me and it's amazing. So y'all should definitely go check it out. If y'all are looking, my birthday is May 10th. So if y'all are looking for birthday presents for me, here's some ideas. Where'd it go? But anyway, tell us where you're from, Sarah, and tell us how you got into arm wrestling.
Okay, so I'm originally from Michigan. I've been in entertainment my entire life since I was about 3 years old. And then I started working in Disney in Orlando. And then I also opened up Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando. So I worked at Universal as well. And then my friend was doing the audition for Singapore, for Universal Studios in Singapore. So I did the audition and I got it. And that's actually where I met my husband, Jason. I'm sure you guys have seen him around. He's done the commentary for Monster Factory and stuff like that. And I actually started training with the Singapore arm wrestling team. So that's actually where I started. So yeah. So my training started in 2018. So I'm going on 6 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this is her store. It is goodfellas.com. Some
Only
amazing.
forearms. Nice, nice.
Yeah. So if you see the Only Forearms shirt, we are actually the ones that created that shirt. We did that 3 years ago, I believe, and that shirt is all over the world. Like we've got people in Sweden that have it. We have people in Dubai that have it. We've got people in the UK that have it. So yeah, we're all over Canada. Like Devin is the one that actually made that shirt pretty famous, the Only Forearms. He wore it for a couple years ago when we did the Olympia. And he was there doing stuff with the Olympia in Orlando, and he actually wore the shirt for one of his videos, and that's kind of where it blew up was
That's
Devin.
cool.
Nice.
This
I created that one. Yeah.
the Beauty and the Beast one. That one is in a hoodie version in my cart right now.
Yes. Yeah, that's my favorite saying. So I used to have business cards, and my saying on the business card was, that exact saying. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. It
Yeah.
says, look like a beauty, train like a beast.
So perfect.
Yeah. And then the one at the bottom there, pull me inside. How about that? If you know that girl.
And
Yeah,
then
that was our first one.
sci-fi
Actually
fans out
have
there, the
We
stronger
actually have a shirt that's not on there because we got flagged when we first made it. It is table, but it's future.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose her? She's cutting out for me.
Are you good?
There you are.
There we go.
So, alrighty, awesome. Well, sorry, you cut out when you were telling us about the shirt that wasn't on there. Which shirt did you get flagged for?
Oh, that was our Back to the Table shirt. So it's the Back to the Future,
Gotcha.
but instead of the car, it's the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we got flagged because it had the likeness of Back to the Future. So
Makes sense. No, but those were really cute. Those were really cute.
Yeah, those were cool. I like those.
So yeah, so again, birthday May 10th.
everybody, it's my birthday, and then
Hit me up for my shipping address.
our favorite movie is one of our favorite movies is The Goodfellas. So that's where we got our name, The Good Pullas.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
I like
That's
it.
cute.
Yeah,
That's
that's
super
where that came from.
awesome. I love cool backstories. So talk to us about Singapore. What was that like? I've never lived overseas, so I'm always interested
So
to
yeah, so I lived in Singapore for 8 years. So about a year or so is when I trained with the Singapore arm wrestling team, which they're awesome. They're amazing. They're so cool. But yeah, living in Singapore, it's extremely safe. Like for women, it's amazing. You know, if you've ever been to like Chicago or New York, or if you're anywhere near cities like that, Detroit, anywhere near cities like that, and you know that typical alley that you see that you just don't even go down, even if it's during the day,
yes.
or you can go down an alley like that at 4 a.m. and
Wow.
be
Nice.
perfectly fine. It's one of the safest countries in the world. It's one of the cleanest countries in the world, but it is one of the most expensive countries in the world. So to live there, they don't have a middle class. You're either poor or you're rich.
Okay.
What they would consider their middle class are foreigners.
Okay.
Yeah. So Singaporeans, they actually don't have a middle class. You're either rich or you're poor.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the country itself is amazing. I always tell people, you know, if you're able to visit a country, Singapore is such an amazing country to visit. To live there, if you can handle the weather, I would say you'd be fine. But the Singapore weather is pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. It's like Orlando, Florida in August all year.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
So
Or fast.
yeah, 100% humidity, 100% humidity, 85 degrees or above every day. It rains 3/4 of the year. So it's basically Orlando.
Yeah, it
in
rains here constantly, but it's not humid in Portland. Just,
Yeah, it's so add 100%
Yeah.
humidity to Portland.
No, thanks. No.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I always tell people, you know, it's amazing. It's an amazing country to visit. If there's one country you need to visit, Singapore. It's gorgeous. It's one of the most high-tech countries in the world as well. So, like, I was just telling Jason's mom the other day, when they build skyscrapers, they put a garden on the top of the skyscraper because they're taking land away. So they're adding it on top of the skyscrapers there.
Oh wow.
So they're very green there, I guess you could say.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear about like the atmosphere and experience there. That's really I've never I don't know a whole lot about that country to be honest. That's
A lot
really
of people don't. I didn't either until I went there. All I knew of Singapore was parts of the Caribbean, and I thought I was going to a third world country.
right.
So that's all I knew of Singapore. But then when I went, I was like, oh, okay. All right. Now I see what everybody's talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, do you prefer pulling or reffing? Or like what are the pros and cons of either or?
So the funny thing is, I love reffing. I love being a ref. I love arm wrestling. I love pulling and everything like that, but I love reffing. And I love being able to help people after the tournaments and everything like that. And, you know, I like getting paid as a ref. Where you go to a tournament and instead of using your own money, they pay you to be there. So It's great. No, I love reffing and I love the sport of arm wrestling and I think it's great because we need more women refs. There's like 5 of us. Um and I think it will also help grow the sport too by having women refs because there are like Judy, she is one of my favorite refs ever from Poland. Judita. She's the one who got me into reffing, why I wanted to be a ref. And she's not an arm wrestler. She's not an arm wrestler, but she's a ref. So I think it will also, even just having women come in and ref, it will make them to than what they were before. Could potentially they could start arm wrestling from there.
Right.
But I mean, I love reffing. I think it's so much fun. And I know a lot of people don't like it or they don't want to try it and they don't want to do it. And I understand. I get it. Sometimes it's really, really tough to be a ref. Being able to get the calls and everything. There are calls that you will miss. And it's hard going back and stuff like that. So yeah, but I do love reffing. Reffing is very, very fun. I enjoy it a lot more than other people do.
Amanda asked, what was the process you did or took to be able to become a ref?
So you just take a test. So I tested under UAL. So that was my original testing was under UAL. And you literally just take a handwritten test. And then Bill went over it with me. You have to at least get, I think it's 90%. I believe it's 80 to 90% of the test correct. And then they test you on the table and that's it. And then you go from there. So you start as a junior ref and then you go up from there testing. So I am going to be testing for my senior ref with IFA.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going to do my testing for that because I want to be able to go overseas and stuff like that if they need refs and everything like that, or travel around America and people know that I'm certified. So it's easier for them to go, let's get Sarah. Let's get so-and-so, especially if that person is certified. It's easier for them to get in contact with you to be a ref for their events.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When Lucky asked you what you liked better, my first thought was, like, I get stressed out at tournaments, but I cannot imagine being a referee. Like the stress I would feel like would be like, oh my, like it would just be so, just is that what it's like? Is it stressful like that or?
It can be. It can be, definitely. I'm not gonna lie. It can definitely be stressful. But you also have to, you can't take it personal. That's the biggest thing. So if an arm wrestler gets upset at you for a call that you've made or anything like that, you just kind of have to go, well, sorry, that's the call. Unless they have a video that they can bring up to you, and then the head ref can look at it and go, okay, so that was the wrong call. Let's restart the match. Other than that, no, it does. It does get stressful because you don't want to make the wrong call and you don't want to, upset someone, especially if it's a friend of yours and you're like, that's an elbow foul. Like it does get stressful, but you have to kind of put that aside, and it's a job. Do you know what I mean? It is a job. So
who's harder to ref, the men or the ladies?
It's gotta be the men.
The men.
The men.
The men. The amateur men. It's always
there's Jason.
It's always the
Hi,
newbies
Jason.
that don't know the rules that want
Part
to
of the
tell
arm
you the
wrestling
rules.
show. I'm not gonna let bother you. I'm just saying hi, ladies.
Yeah, so it depends. It depends. The bigger guys are actually harder to ref. Because they're pulling more and stuff like that. But it's for me, it's about even. I don't I yeah, for me it's about even.
Gotcha. Well, and
Yeah.
since we have the Las Vegas best ref, I'll just say that right now, and then the Las Vegas champ. Tell us about Las Vegas, ladies.
You want to go first, Sarah, about Las Vegas?
Well, you're the one who did the tournament.
Yeah, but you were
I
our
was just
guest and you
reffing.
left it.
How'd you no, okay, so I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm sure you guys have seen my posts on Facebook as well. I am very, very, very proud of Katie for what she did. It like I've been there since day one with her, like talking to her about the sport, stuff like that. And I was very, very happy for her for what she did. She is growing tremendously in the sport. Everything that she's doing is what she should be doing. I'm very, very happy that I got to be there and I got to ref for her. So I'm
So sweet. Thank you.
very happy for you. It's like a proud sister moment.
Thank you. I was just gonna show off the medals. They're huge
They're huge this year. They're so much bigger.
and they're heavy. They're big.
Yeah.
You know, I get stopped through security every time I have a medal in my
Mhm.
backpack.
And then you
And,
get to talk about arm wrestling.
And I can't say that happens every time because last July when I went to Arizona State, I didn't bring home any medals, so I didn't have to worry about security. But every
you
time
did
I go
this
through,
time.
they stop me and they pull me aside for some special check, and I'm like, but it's always the medals, they don't know what they are.
Yep.
But it was fun. It was a fun tournament. And I had never pulled any of the competitors before. I had met them all the first time that day. And it was I don't know, it was fun, and I was exhausted the night before. We had gotten this hotel room that was just not, it was a queen size bed. It was a full, okay, there was no tag on it.
Yeah.
I looked over the whole mattress just to be like, this is not a queen, you're lying. And we couldn't, it was Vegas. It was so loud. It was me and my husband and the baby, and I got like 2 hours of sleep. And it was just like, I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do, right? Because it was so tiring already, and chasing them around all day before the tournament. And we get up there and I'm just like, I just have to like summon everything I have for those moments. And it worked out for me, but my competitors were really hard. They were strong, and it wasn't easy, but I'm happy I went. And it was great to see you there, Sarah, reffing.
Yeah, no, it was so great to see. Yeah, it was a big tournament. I mean, we had over, I think, 200 entries. 270 or almost 300 entries. Like
There was a lot.
It was a long tournament. Very long. And we had so many amateurs. I've never been to a tournament with that many amateurs. I don't know if you ladies have, but wow.
I haven't. I've never seen so many. In fact, I came back later to see if there was going to be any like after polling in that room or anything,
Yeah.
and they were still doing amateurs.
Still doing
I
amateurs.
was like, what? This is still the tournament? Because there were so many entries. Which is
Yeah,
cool
we
that I
basically had
couldn't
2
believe it.
tournaments that day. Yeah.
We had it was like that in California when I went to the UAL, the fit,
Yeah.
the Fit Expo, the amateur class, like they called everybody up and it was just like this flood, and I was like, 1, 2, 3, no, I'm good.
Yeah, the Fit Expo is fun. But the Vegas tournament is always fun because you're in Vegas.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've been to the Strip this year because I live here. But
That's right.
yeah. But
I was like, me too. I've been there once.
yeah, exactly. Woo! One time. No, but it's always fun because people make a vacation out of it. They make a trip out of it. So I don't know. I always enjoy the tournaments that Sean does. I think he does a great job with the tournaments. And Leonard and Denise, they've always been great to us. So I enjoy their tournaments a lot.
Do you have a set? Do like, is it pretty much like an unspoken rule how much refs are paid like through the different organizations, or can you set your prices, or does it vary based
That's a
off
good
of
question.
So for me personally, I don't ask for it. What, baby? Sorry, that's my cat. I take what they give me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Come here.
That's like me with babysitting. People are always asking me what my rates are. I was like,
Just so you guys can see her. This is Twinkle.
hi, Twinkle.
Very loud. Very loud. Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie.
How's it going?
Go on.
Hey,
Happy
Stephanie.
holiday. I can't.
I know. I stepped out. It's wild in the synagogue right now, and I'm like supposed to be like a leprechaun, so I have like this hat and my arm wrestling shirt, and I left all the kids with their noisemakers in the front row. It's like I have to come on. I can't not come on just because
You
we're
have
here.
to be here. You have to be here. You're
Right.
like a big
Yeah.
personality.
I have to say that this is the lucky ones first, though. It's wild in the synagogue. I'm
Yeah.
see that to a
Like,
shirt.
what's happening out in the synagogue that it's wild?
It is because it's Purim that they're celebrating and they got all their noisemakers and everyone has a costume on.
Okay. I've just never heard anybody say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, guys. It's wild
Sarah.
in the synagogue
Well,
tonight.
I'm
I've
sitting in
never
the
heard
front
someone
row
say that.
with my two kids and the triplets, and we got these pots and pans and noisemakers, and it's a costume contest. So they're all dressed up like biblical characters, and I'm like the leprechaun.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's the leprechaun in the Bible, Stephanie.
He's not. I didn't want to put a big robe on. It was gonna make
Zacchaeus
me
was a
look
wee
fat.
little man. He was not a leprechaun.
I know. So what are we talking about
I think
tonight?
that was
What
a
did I miss?
leper, not a leprechaun.
I know. So what did I miss? What did we talk about so far?
We recapped Winter Blast. Your thoughts on Nunya versus Paul? You got any thoughts? Podcast appropriate.
Well, it wasn't. It kind of just went all one way, and it was kind of sad that like I wanted to see a battle, and I really wanted to be there, but I guess I was meant to be here for this weekend because the whole weekend was more fun. But I wish that I was there, and I would have had fun pulling the ladies. So,
Yeah, the ladies class was pretty good.
Police
Yeah.
was
I was trying to watch, but the thing on all the different cameras, it was hard to watch, and then I would have had to rewind, and I didn't look. But so who won the ladies classes?
I think Elizabeth took the
Elizabeth,
first
I think.
On both arms?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, Sarah, Brian Fuller says, hi, Sarah, from Brian and Destiny.
They were just at practice with us. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sarah Ray looked strong as everything. Christy Resendez, she was there. She looked great. Jocelyn Brisson, saw her. Kate Guth was there as well. Our thoughts
Yes.
and healing vibes to Levi Fitz girl. She's probably out of the hospital by now, or she's still there.
What was her name?
I don't know people's names.
Oh my. Well, okay. So
what's the boyfriend's name?
Levi fit.
Okay.
So was she in a broke arm position or was it just unfortunate?
To me personally, for someone who's broke her arm, it happened a little bit of a break position, and it just also looked like an elbow slipped off the pad too, because she
Yeah.
went to pick up her arm, and it was, oh, it's not there, it doesn't work. So I had to watch it again. But Jesse came in with that last slam, and that's what took it. So yeah. If you watch it, you can't. Sometimes when you see an arm break, you see the bone pop, you hear it. You don't really see it on this one. So you'll have to go back and watch it. But she looked to be handling it like a freaking champ for sure.
Oh yeah. She was like, "It's
Oh.
okay."
Yeah.
Your arm, and she was just like, "Oh, it's okay. Don't worry."
She
Take
just
care of
sitting there
yourself, I'm
on the
fine.
table.
So I wonder what it's like for the girl who's on the other side of that. Because
Jessie?
It's,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Your heart comes into your throat, and it's just because I've been on the other
Feels so
side,
bad.
and it just makes you feel terrible.
Yeah.
there
It's
was an
not
arm break
good.
at the ladies tournament, and it was a brand new girl, and she was smaller. I think she might have been pulling up a weight class. And the girl the other bigger girl who got her arm broke, she was so scared, and I was trying to make her calm, and I didn't know what to say. I just probably made it worse. Other people talked to her, but I just didn't know if I mean, I don't even want to think about it. I guess that's like a bad subject. Like,
Well, I know here in Virginia we had a lady that I was really excited to pull with, and she actually retired like the month before I started pulling because she had broken another girl's arm at practice.
Mm.
And so she didn't break it. The girl broke her arm while they were pulling together.
Yeah.
and I'm hoping she comes back, but I can't. I've never been in that situation, so no judgment either way.
Yeah.
All right, well, coming from somebody who's broken their arm and is coming back, come back. You
Yeah.
will be a safer puller. You will battle fear, and you'll feel even better and more proud and ready to pull. So it's scary, but if you got the right people with you, you'll get there, especially if you love the sport, because everybody's going to get hurt doing something at some point.
Right.
So it's just a hill you got to get over.
Right.
So
I just try not to think about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
Don't think about that.
Right.
Happy.
I was totally
So,
after I saw the second break, I was like,
Sarah,
I ain't pulling next weekend.
Sarah,
Fine.
with your reffing, Sarah, with your reffing, where are you reffing next?
Right now, Brandon Allen is doing another tournament. So as of right now, I'm reffing, I think it's in October.
I heard that
I know
was
that's
like
far away, but that would be the next one that I'm reffing.
Do you
But
prefer
other-
do you prefer to be the head ref or the down ref?
I like down reffing.
Me
But-
too. Me too.
But if I'm asked to, I can do the head as well. But I'm definitely more, I like down reffing more. For sure.
So Sarah, is that tournament, is it going to be on October 5th?
There is a big one
Brandon,
on that day. I saw that's the same day of our thing.
I'm not sure.
So Katie, what do you think if we did our super match at their tournament?
Is it in
Ask
San
Brandon.
Diego?
Huh? How many hours away from San Diego is it? Is it like an hour and a half?
No.
It's
San
not.
Diego, if you
Well,
fly.
no, what city are you in? What city is the tournament going to be in?
Oh, I'm like, if you
The one
fly.
in the one in
Victorville.
October. In Victorville. That's not an hour and a half from us? Why did I think that?
San Diego, it's probably still 3
Gotcha.
hours from Victorville.
Victorville.
About
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
to
look it up
3.5
for us,
hours.
Lucky.
I got you.
Okay.
It's about 3 to 3.5 hour drive.
2 hours and 11 minutes.
Let's
Oh,
just have it
okay.
at your gym where they can have the round robin and stuff and all that stuff.
Okay.
If you drive right now, it would be that time.
True.
Oh.
True. Yeah.
You mean when there's no traffic?
It depends on the time. It depends on the time of day you drive. Because it could be 2.5 hours, it could be 8 hours.
Oh man.
So
Okay, so
especially
Katie, you don't want to do our super match at the tournament, at Sarah's tournament.
I don't know. I don't know because I want our event to be. I know it's going to be live streamed, so it's different. But I want it to definitely be like, it's like the women's event. Like we have. I guess
Yeah.
the live stream doesn't matter because it's all live streamed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where we do it.
Well,
But,
I guess I mean
I
it's
get what you're trying to say though, Katie. Like,
You
So
mean
the-
like
we
you
get
mean like
more just all women at an event.
right? So Stephanie, you mean like you and me have our super match and then we pull in this tournament that I'm just now hearing about? Just now, but I've never heard of. Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to get the super match and me into the tournament with you.
okay,
I'm on
no,
to you now, Stephanie.
no.
I'm on
What
to
I'm
you.
trying to do is to have a big crowd of people cheering behind us.
I think that's good too, actually. I know what you're doing. I like it that you're trying to hype it up because, we still got to do our videos and stuff too. So
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
but
Now if you just start calling each other names and putting each other's pictures on a jackass or a clown,
No.
before October, you're gonna have a lot of hype.
Oh, huge hype. Yeah.
Hey, whatever y'all want to do to
And then not
okay, so
not show up for an hour before the match.
Oh no, Lucky's shutting down. Lucky's shutting down all like disconnect, cannot rejoin.
Cannot rejoin.
so there is a pretty decent amount of new guys and a few seasoned guys, and we could do 2 round robins. We could do like a lightweight and a heavyweight round robin.
You're talking about when I come to your gym for the super match.
Yeah, we can do that. Or
I'm not doing either round robin, so I'll say sure to both.
I know that sounds fun.
Sounds good to me.
I've never tried to put anything together, but it's fun and there's everything we need to find our gym. What?
You two could referee it.
Who? Me?
Referee the round robin.
The only
I'm
thing
gonna
I've
be
ever refereed is a
heckling.
4-year-old
I'm gonna-
soccer game.
I'm gonna
Not
have my
referee
phone.
it.
I'm gonna be heckling.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah,
You can
but
do it.
I think
You're
Sarah's
women.
event sounds fun. I think it would be fun to be there too, but not if nobody wants to really drive for 3 hours. I mean, but
that event was really, really fun because it's a Halloween
that's what
party
I
as
was just
well.
thinking. Well,
Yeah,
if
it's a Halloween party as well. So I
I think they
actually
could dress
dressed,
up in costumes and be cool.
I dressed up as Beetlejuice and I was a ref.
Ooh,
So I
Stephanie,
had the ref
we could
shirt
do,
on,
we
dressed
could
up
do
as
superheroes.
Oh, you're throwing out some ideas here. I like
We could do
this.
superheroes,
Yeah.
Stephanie.
okay,
I already have a Wonder Woman
very
costume.
fun. And then you can enter like this you walk down, you basically, what is it called?
A pageant. A
What is it?
pageant.
Yeah,
The
it's
runway?
like a pageant or like a runway show. So you can
Right.
enter that and you can
Yeah.
try to win it with your costume. It's really fun. Like it was a very, very fun event.
You know, I was telling you guys on one of the podcasts that in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, they
Right.
have a tournament that is all women, and these are women that do not arm wrestle, and they have like 100 and some women show up to
Yeah,
this
you said
thing,
that.
and they dress up in costumes, and they make Giles Russell is the one that has that tournament.
Yeah, I think
And,
I remember
they-
you
they
talking
have,
about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
So what do they do? Like, if none of them
Yeah,
are
and-
arm wrestling seriously, is it just for fun? I mean,
I think I saw it. I think I saw
Oh,
it, and it had
yeah.
a really weird
And-
table that was neon, and it wasn't like a normal table. And I heard a story about a girl who went up to the table to be funny and put a bunch of jelly in her hand. Is that the same group?
No, I don't. I think that is some kind of other arm wrestling stuff.
You mean like
Okay.
jam
This is
or
strictly.
like
No, it was
Yeah,
arm wrestling.
yeah,
and then they had costumes. Yeah, and a table. It was like
Yeah.
neon glowing.
Hmm.
Oh, that yeah.
No, because
That's-
I think Giles uses his table, but there
Oh, okay.
is some kind of arm wrestling, yeah, that they have in different states that does that. But this one is just one tournament that he has, and they raise money for something. I can't remember what it is, but I thought maybe that we could get a hold of Giles and see if we couldn't do maybe a podcast at his tournament. And I can get a hold of him. Because he used to come up here, and see if they still do that, and get him to come on and maybe talk about it.
That would be.
If you don't get in touch with him too, I'll probably see him at sit downs in April. So I'm gonna talk to him then.
Definitely, he'll be there.
Are you doing
Yeah.
a sit down competition?
I am.
You are.
So I'm doing
I want to do one.
Yeah, they
in,
seem really cool.
Yorktown, Virginia. So it was actually the first tournament that I ever went to was in April last year. And I had no interest in actually becoming an arm wrestler. And Mike Nance from Alabama was coming up with Glenn Brooks and Cody Kilgore. And so I met all of them there because it's only like 2.5 hours. So that was the first time Mike and I met like face to face, and it was pretty cool. And or the second time Mike and I met face to face. And so yeah. And then I just had a blast, and I was like, maybe I could arm wrestle.
Yeah.
And
Sarah,
then,
done the sit down table?
It's really fun.
huh?
Has Sarah tried the sit down table?
I did at the Monster Factory.
is it like
Did
the
any-
same rules? Like you just hold onto a peg and you can't move your can you move your feet? Like I don't know anything
Yeah.
about it.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Your
The only
butt
thing is you
Sounds
can't
weird.
move your butt.
Yeah.
in the butt. Thank you.
Can't move your butt, so you can't use your body weight as much.
It's
It's like
No,
But you can throw your weight,
would be
right? Like, you can
horrible
throw
at
your
Oh
weight.
no. I tried it and I got almost and then I was stuck. I couldn't even finish. I couldn't finish.
Can you do this? But if you don't use your butt, move your butt. Can you
It
move?
was not
I
like
think the
the
rule is like
dimensions of the
apparently there
table.
needs to be like one cheek.
Okay. I
I got it then. One cheek. Oh, that's easy.
I have to go. They're doing the contest and the kids are texting me. I'll come back after if you're still on.
All right, sounds good, love.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Stephanie.
Bye.
nice seeing
Bye.
you, Stephanie.
Yeah, Mike Nance has confirmed it is one cheek at all times.
I love
Yeah,
it that
you
that's written
can't-
into the
There's
rules. One cheek.
they have a ruler, and they're poking you in the butt, making sure that you keep your cheek down.
Why don't they just strap your thighs down
I'm not
to the
joking.
chair?
Why
There
don't they
is,
just
there,
buckle
you can use a
You
strap.
do.
Yeah.
You do.
I feel like some people would be
it's
so
like a
small they
seat
would just rotate in the strap. Like they would just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. You can.
Buckle them down.
And you have to
Yeah.
keep your feet inside the. You have to keep your feet inside the table.
Oh, I gotta go to one to understand
Really?
all this.
'Cause when I was in Yorktown, there
Side
were
of
guys
back
that were
pressure?
wrapping their legs around the table. I think they
Well,
changed.
see, that. Yeah, that used to be a rule that you had to keep your feet within the parameter of that table.
Oh.
Not anymore on the roller. Yeah, cheeky.
I've always wanted to try
Dane
that.
had a very, strong opinion of his views on today's super match that I'm not gonna say on here. Y'all can go and read the comments yourself. Drew, welcome in. Blue, welcome in. And feet only go before the go, not after. So you have to start with your
Okay.
but then you can move it during the thing.
Hmm.
All right. So Sarah, what's been like your all time I'm so proud of this win moment as a puller?
Oh, I have an idea which one that is.
I think you're gonna know which one it is. when
But
I went
this is
against
the podcast. Not everybody knows.
I don't know anything, so fill me in.
when I went against Rebecca Todd on Monster Factory.
Awesome.
Yeah, that right there, that was a big win to me. And actually, one of my all-time wins that made me finally feel like an arm wrestler was against Veronica Knight. If anybody knows who Veronica Knight is, I beat her in a hook, and I have a video of it. I just started bawling. She's like, "Oh no, it's good. It's great. It's great." Like, she was so happy for me. Veronica was my mountain. She was the person that I would go to in California, and she would beat me, you know? I finally, once I got into the hook and I pinned her in a hook, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm an arm wrestler." Finally, I felt like what I was doing was working. My next mountain is Leerin. She's the next one. She's the one where I'm like, "Ooh." But Leerin is one of my really close friends, and if I could train with anybody, it would be her. Like, Leerin's just awesome, and she's such a good person too.
Right.
And she just wants the sport to get bigger too. But yeah, that one. And then, like I said, my match with Rebecca Top. That was a big one for me.
Yeah, because you brought Rebecca back out. Like Rebecca
Yeah.
went away
Yeah.
for a while, so that was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. And the last time you pulled Leerin was what, Arizona?
Arizona. Yeah.
Last
Yeah,
July,
that was great turnout for ladies.
Yeah.
I think it was
That was a
watching
great event.
watching
Yeah.
Arizona and actually seeing thicker females like me, because I'm so used to seeing smaller females. I was like,
Yeah.
check out these bitches. They are awesome. It was
Yeah, I was there.
great. Yeah, it was great wrestling. So I
You were
loved
there
it.
too, Katie, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
one win that whole day, but it was fun.
Worth it.
Yeah.
It's
It was
worth
worth it.
it.
Yeah.
I always tell people too, especially in arm wrestling, if you're constantly winning over and over and over again, yes, it's great, but you're gonna get bored. You want
You're
somebody
not
to strive
learning.
for. Like, you want somebody to make you keep going.
Oh
That
yeah.
pacer.
Yeah, that person when you're like, "Oh, I just want one pin."
It's like Seabiscuit, that movie with the horse.
One. Just one.
Gotta be someone right in front of you to keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So
Seriously.
That's why I'm gonna start calling people. I'm gonna be like, "Come here, Seabiscuit."
yeah. But that's one thing that's good about this sport though, is even the people that have been in the sport for years are still learning new things,
Right.
So that's what's great about the sport, and it's a longevity sport.
Very true.
You don't have to retire at 25.
No, you don't.
I grew up as a performer, so the normal age to retire is like 35 as a performer. That's the normal age. I grew up as a ballerina. A ballerina's retiring age is between 32 and 35.
Wow.
That's what's so great about this sport, is you can just keep going.
Well, and I love it because it's evolving too.
Yeah, it's always evolving. The top roll used to be considered the king's move, because people were so mad at people starting to top roll, because no,
Like there was just a hook.
wrist wrestling. It's wrist wrestling, and then people started doing the top
Yes,
roll.
Katie.
Oh. I don't
Yeah.
know anything. I just got here.
Because
I guess,
originally arm wrestling was not called arm wrestling, it was called wrist wrestling.
Yeah.
And it started out that when you started wrestling, it wasn't hands at all, you were connected at the wrists, and that's how they started.
A lot of
And it was
people
all
at
hook.
practice still do that.
You
They
were
still
all
lock
hook.
wrist.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a lot of
Yeah,
bicep work then.
we had a guy at our practice. He and Todd Hutchings were like that, and he snapped his arm right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm laughing about
No, I'm not laughing at that. Sorry. I've seen the
it.
comment.
Okay.
Yes, she's
That was a
definitely.
poor
Way
time.
to go, Lucky.
That's a poor
Lucky's all, ooh, another one.
We got a question from Levi Prince. He wants to ask what our top 3 favorite arm wrestling exercises are.
Right. So I was gonna do this as a round robin, too, so we could all just answer up. So you're our guest, Sarah. You start us off.
That's such a loaded question. Um, for arm wrestling, the best thing to do, especially if you're new in the sport, is arm wrestle. I mean, for me personally, I do a lot of stuff with the wrist wrench. So a lot of curls and things like that. Pull-ups. Pull-ups are a great one. You can do pull-ups, that's always a plus. The easiest ones for people to do are push-ups and pull-ups. Those two specifically.
Casto.
Mine are I do a lot of brain crushers, which that in a sense is the same thing. I don't know what Todd Hutchings calls them, but I do the brain crushers, and that helps with the tendons in your for me the tendons in my elbows, wrist curls,
Yeah.
and like she said, table time. A lot of table time pulling.
Amanda.
So with me, I would say I train my weakest points the most. So I would think my fingertip grip is so I'm farmer carries, I'm block pinching. Also since with the broken arm, I'm dead hanging a lot, just trying to build up that strength again. But a lot of people also call them skull crushers. Adam down here, I think his are more called jam presses. Those definitely like strengthen up the elbow. So those are freaking intense. So, but those are mine.
Katie.
You know, I want to strengthen my biceps. I don't know if I think that's funny. I hammer curls, but I also working on my risers. So I know regular curl would be better for my bicep, but I need riser training a little bit. Um, and I agree with a couple other of you. I feel like there's no replacement for table time. Like there's no replacement for me getting into the worst positions I can imagine and trying to get myself out of them over and over and over again. Like in the Vegas tournament, I got myself into a bad position on the right against Brandy, I think was her name. And I just got down low, right? And I was like lower than I wanted to be. Like I hit and she caught where I wasn't expecting her to catch. And I went kind of under the table, but not too much. Like I wasn't doing King's move, but I was just, and I had to do that like one-armed pull-up thing to get back up to beat her. But that was hard. Like I've practiced that and practiced so many times and never thought I was going to have to do it in a match because I've never been in a match like that ever. I either usually win or lose quickly. Sometimes there's a battle, but not all the time. Usually I'm either smashed or it's a quicker win for me. And this was a battle, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, I got her up here on this, and I'm trying to press, but she's just rigid. She's so rigid.
I remember that.
I had to pull. I remember in the video.
I was literally like, go up.
I'm like in my face. I'm like it took everything I had to. I can't do a pull up. I weigh like 210 pounds, and my lower body does not. You know, it's way heavier than my upper body. So I'm like trying to do it. And finally I got up there and beat her. But that was a test. And I don't think I could have done it if I hadn't practiced that in practice. There's no way I could have executed that. So that was kind of a long answer, but that's mine.
I liked it. It was a good answer.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're fine.
So you said when you were reffing next is going to be in October. When are you pulling next? Or are you?
So, this is going to be known as well. I'm actually not going to be able to do the round robin. They're already choosing somebody to take my place. I don't know who it is. But at this time, I won't be able to.
Gotcha.
Um,
And that's the
So-
one in Tennessee in May?
May.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm really sad about it, but you know, I need to figure out my life first before I really get into anything. But for me, actually a goal, because Zlotty is back and I've been waiting for years for it to come back. I really want to pull Zlotty in December.
Awesome.
So I know that that's a long ways away.
Oh, she froze.
She said that's a long ways
Needs
away.
a lot of preparation.
Right.
So, especially with them over there, they're crazy in a good way.
Oh yeah. They start training when they're like one.
They're crazy in a good way. But yeah, so that would be a goal for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Have you heard anything about Knuckles Up? Who's the lady choice for those?
No,
Insider scoops of that? We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
no. Who's
I'm hoping
guys
they'll
know?
bring ladies back. No, I'm just hoping they will. Marlene and Elizabeth put on a great show, hands down.
Yeah.
It's well deserved to get more women back.
And I
I
adore
know we
both
only,
of them.
yeah, we've only had one set of women, at King of the Table too. I mean, I think we deserve to be there as well. They don't need to change the name. I'm glad to see more women being brought back with East versus West, because at first we only had like 3, and that was like East versus West 3, and then it was men, and then we're coming back. I can't wait till like we hold 50% of that card. It's 50%
Well, and Engen
men.
added the new weight class for women too, the 60 kg, which is
So,
awesome.
it's great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, but I definitely love to see Knuckles Up bring women back
Yeah.
for sure.
That's a great production too.
Yeah, they did a great job. Marlene
yeah.
and
It
Adam
was so
said
much purple. I loved it.
Yeah.
they took such good care of them, and I love the production too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Did you
So
say about
Levi
purple?
asks, if you had to pick one, what would it be? Side pressure 25% stronger or back pressure 25% stronger
Back.
for me?
Sorry. I just said mine really quick. Back pressure. 100%. Yeah. Because if you have a strong enough back pressure, you can stop somebody's side.
Castro?
Back pressure. I've got plenty of side pressure.
Katie?
I want more side pressure. I have really good back pressure, but any side pressure I do have, I need to learn how to utilize better. So
Amanda?
Ooh, I think I need both personally, but I'm gonna go with back. I'm gonna go with back pressure.
Awesome.
Yeah. Side pressure is hard to train too.
so
My first 6 to 7 months, Toddzilla was my coach in Singapore. So my first 6 to 7 months of doing the sport was like all side pressure stuff.
Gotcha.
and that's like pec connection, right? That's like in here.
Yeah, it's all your pec.
Yeah, so I have strong pecs. I just don't know how to. It's not like I don't know. I'm just learning to connect them better.
Bench
It
press.
takes a long time.
Yeah, bench press.
Bench and push ups.
That's
Bench and push ups.
I love elevated push-ups so much. I do them on the Smith machine, and they've
Yeah.
really helped me a
Yeah.
lot.
Overhead
I
press-
love
overhead press is a
sailor
good one,
push-ups.
too.
What's that?
Okay, so since with the broken arm, you're gonna put your hands up on the wall and you're gonna drop in like this.
Oh yeah.
So those are great. Regular push-ups, there's still a lot of tension in my arm. Those don't hurt where the break was. And it is such a tricep burn. Such a freaking tricep burn.
Where
So
did your
I like
arm
it.
break?
It broke right in the
Spiral?
brachialis. So
Oh
I
yeah.
popped it right here. It looked like an alien was about to pop out of it. It was so enormous.
Did it
Oh.
spiral fracture or was it just a
Yep.
fracture? Yeah,
Complete
spiral.
spiral fracture. I've got a nice rod in there with about several screws. I can't even remember. Had about 44 staples.
Jeez,
Oh.
Yeah. Had to wait about a week and a half before the surgery. So
Oh, my goodness.
I was laid up. It sucks. Yes, again, like I was telling them before the show, just trying to get to the bathroom, every movement, that bone would shift. And in the
Oh.
middle of the night, my arm would
Oh.
jerk.
Oh my
Terrible.
God.
I'd be peeing the bed. I'd be peeing
Oh,
the bed.
dude, listen, I don't care if this is online.
Give
The
me a
first time
bedpan.
trying to make it to the bathroom by myself, totally pissed my pants. Totally
Yeah,
pissed
give
my
me a
pants. So I was
bedpan.
home alone. It
You
is
ain't
what it
going
is.
anywhere.
So, but I didn't have to take pain pills that long. I broke it at practice, and I was grateful that everybody took care of me too. Like I was practicing with Carolina Chaos. Those guys took care of me. Got to the hospital, got back. They came over and brought food for me. It was amazing. So I definitely had the best support team in the process, which made me like still hungry for the sport.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it sucked. And I can tell you everything I did wrong too. And I was only 3 months in when I popped it. So
Oh.
complete arm was completely separated, was trying to pull more up like this way. And then the girl that she went into side brush that way and it just popped. So
Jeez.
I know everything not to do now.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you a smarter arm wrestler, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It
Definitely.
does.
But it also keeps me a little bit from follow through when I'm at the table. I have a hard time just coming slamming. I tend to stop and then work. So that fear is still there in a sense, but I just keep showing up.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get a chance now. I drive about 3 hours away and I go practice with Carolina Chaos. And our last practice, it was the most intense practice ever. I'm the only girl coming right now. And I was surprised my arm was still attached because I pulled over 30 times. We had this great cycle going. It was just amazing. And I also like felt like a part of the crew. Like I was actually feeling like an arm wrestler that day. And I was exhausted. So definitely learning some endurance that day. But yeah, great people.
It's the best thing that Sarah Backman ever told me was do not get discouraged for being the only girl on your team. Because those guys are going to make you stronger.
Definitely.
I have yet to practice with another woman. I've only ever practiced with guys.
Yeah, we have a couple, but most of the time I'm practicing with the guys because I'm getting ready for something or I need the brute.
Yeah, but when we
But
are
we
at
do
the
we
table,
do have a couple here in Vegas.
yeah, I mean the only downfall practicing with the guys is they can't, well, not some of them, they all can't hit as hard as we want them to, or so they're giving us that work. So, and if we can handle their big hands, then process, it works for the other hands.
Yep.
So, but there's a couple of guys whose hands are roughly around my size, younger guys. So I got that. And then there's some hands, I'm like fucking silverback gorillas here. I don't know how to do any of this shit. Barely see my thumb, lose finger feeling. It's crazy. But those guys are very flexible with.
So Levi asked, what's our favorite type of table time practice? Slow pulling or ready goes, and what's more beneficial?
Do you want me to take this?
Sure.
Okay. So for me personally, I do not do ready goes with anybody but my husband. And the reason for that is he knows the exact time to release his arm so that I can do a ready go. He puts pressure center table, and then as I'm going, he knows when to release so I can practice my ready goes. A lot of people don't know how to do that, and that is when people get injured.
Right.
When they're doing ready goes at practice. For me personally, slow pulling has made me exponentially stronger. Slow pulling at practice, not doing fast hits or anything like that. I naturally am, Jason's throwing stuff. I naturally am fast. I have fast twitch muscles from being a performer in dancing and things like that. So for me personally, I already have that fast twitch. I had to build my slow pulling, but what that has done is I am able to take my slow pulling strength and put it with my speed. So now instead of just having speed or just having strength, I have power because I have both of them. That's the biggest thing that you need to do. So for me, slow pulling, I think is going to be more beneficial than doing the ready goes all the time at a practice.
Sure.
Because that's when you can get injured. Slow pulling, you can slowly manipulate things. And that's also what got my wrist and hand a lot stronger, is from slow pulling. Because a lot of times when people do the ready goes, they don't have strength with it. It's just fast. But if somebody can catch you, that's when you get into trouble.
Gotcha.
The slow pulling is what made my wrist and hand so much stronger than just doing hits. So for me, slow pulling.
What would you say would be if somebody wanted to work on speed, if ready goes aren't the way, how would you have them develop their speed?
With a band.
Okay.
Bands.
Bands.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Slow
Yeah.
pulling always is your better way to go when you're at practice and pulling. When you want to work on your speed, you're ready to go. You do that with a band. Always.
And that's why I do it with Jason, my husband, because he knows exactly when to release.
Right.
Other than that,
Yeah.
always do it with the band. I agree with you 100%. Always.
Yeah.
Always, always.
The more you know.
Which I need more practice on. I have no ready go. Mine's ready catch.
Ready, catch. Yeah, but you're awesome at that.
Ready. Oh shit. Here we go.
I remember the first time I saw you arm wrestle, I was like, wow, she is strong. And your side pressure is awesome. I love it. I love it when women have side
Thank you.
pressure. I think it's awesome. Because
Marshall,
it takes a lot to build that.
guys out. Did you guys have any opinions?
About what? What was the question again?
I love you so much. It was
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm here. I just got lost in the conversation and forgot what the original question was.
You're good. It was asking what's the favorite type of table time practice?
Ooh, I mean, I do like slow pulling now because I feel like it's helped me get a lot stronger. I really like to do the ready goes though because I want to be fast. But for me, what helps me is when I get if I can get like a littler guy, like a man, but smaller, to do a ready go on me, and I see if I can stop him. And that's what.
Little guy.
Little guy.
I can't catch anybody. I can't catch anybody if anybody at all is a man that's bigger than like 160 or 170 if I'm lucky. then I got to see how long they've been in the sport. If they've been in there forever, forget it. If they're newer, but I'm saying I'd like to see if I can slow anybody down. That's how I get stronger. I don't have like massive 250-pound dudes try to do ready goes on me, and that would make me break my arm probably. But I like to practice the setup and speed. It's important to me. But I don't know, I guess I'm a fence sitter. I got to do both. Without the slow pulling, I'm never going to get out of a bad position very well. But without the ready go setups and all that, and knowing what kind of setup to fight for and all that BS shit I hate even doing, but I have to. Without speed, it's not as effective for me, I don't think. So it's both. I'm that fence sitter today. There you go.
Amanda.
Well, since I'm the least, knowledgeable here, honestly, ready goes are my weakest. I think the only way I'm going to get that perfected more is with tournaments. So I don't really do ready goes so much because everybody says it different. Everybody starts it different. So right now, I'm really more practicing on false starting so I can catch those ready goes a little bit better at tournament because I'm too fucking slow. I'm getting my hand slapped. So yeah, we haven't really been doing any like massive ready goes for me. So, but slow pulling.
Yeah.
Thank you, Levi, for the question. Drew says the Latonias help a lot at practice, so shout out to Sarah.
We do.
Mike is gonna wear a wig on spring break for me so I can practice with a woman apparently. So thanks, Mike. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and like I was just reading like what Mike said too. Slow pulling is equals longevity, and it's very true. The way that you're going to build
Mike when he's right.
your
Okay, that's like an unspoken rule of the podcast.
well, whoever just said that. No, when it comes to your tendons and ligaments,
I'll pay for that later.
The more you have that tension to hold, the stronger they're going to get.
Yeah.
All of this, and the people that constantly let their arms get opened up, constantly, or not slowly opened up, because getting opened up slowly, that will build your tendons. But the people at practice that are constantly like this, that's not going to help you. It won't. You're constantly destroying your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, all of that. Having that slow, even if you get to just right there before the pin, come back up.
Yeah.
Slowly open up again, just so you can feel that tension. What that's doing is it's building your tendons. This is a tendon sport. Like, it's very important to build those before you build your muscles.
Yeah, you need that time under tension. That's what you're talking about.
Exactly. The time under tension is what's going to build those.
So I like static holds too. And then the static holds where you
Static holds are amazing.
or the ones where you lower slowly. That's even harder. You go up kind of normal speed, but you lower as slow as possible to increase your strength, I think, at a faster pace, I'm guessing.
That's why in my workouts I like tempo because that helps.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love tempo. So and that honestly that really helps with maintaining good form. It really does in all your lifts. So if you could have like a nice, 4-0-1, then 1 as you're dropping, pushing, pressing, depending on the movement, yeah, I love tempo. It also gives you that good muscle definition if you're seeking that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of and what's the worst thing in our sport is the actual arm wrestling. Because that's what you want to do. You want to get on the table. You want to pin people. You want to do all that. But you got to build it first. And that's the biggest thing, especially for new arm wrestlers. They want to get on the table. They want to pin people. You got to learn the sport first. It's the
have to,
same thing with any other professional sport. You gotta learn it first, or you're never gonna grow. You're just gonna be static.
I like watching all the guys that I pull with. I like watching all their failures before
Yeah.
a match. Because I see where they are now, and I go back and I
Mhm.
see 3 or 4 years, and and they weren't winning shit, and now they're like hands down champions right now, and I'm like, okay, 3 years, all right, you know. So
How far
that's
are you
actually
in,
inspiring.
Amanda?
How far am I in?
Yeah.
I'm a little over a year, but I've only got 2 tournaments. Third one's next weekend. Again, the arm break put me out about 8 months.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And then training is weird, like, because I had all these big numbers in lifting, so I'm back to square one, and I'm lifting smarter and slower. But yeah, my ego's there still a good bit because I miss picking up heavy shit and throwing it down, but I have to be so cautious, you know.
Are any of you guys going to nationals?
Which
No.
one?
Which one?
USAA nationals in Dayton, Ohio,
Mm-mm.
April 6th and 7th.
Yeah, we were going to. It's just so expensive. We can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
that's the week.
one of the biggest reasons why we want to go to Slotty.
Gotcha.
What was that, Lucky?
I said that's the week before sit downs, and I'm not ready for nationals yet. I want to go when I'm like ready.
They
Sit
say
down
you're never
seems like
ready
a lot
unless
of
you
fun.
show up.
Yeah, you don't know if you're ready until you go.
Yeah.
I'm 4 months in. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
You never know.
I'll let somebody else go to Greece this year. I'll go next year.
You never know though. My first tournament that I ever went to, I got first on left.
Right. That's awesome. I
And I
mean,
got second on right. Like you never know. You never know.
true. I mean, my first tournament, I became the #1 female in Virginia because I said nobody else showed up. But
A win is a win.
a win is a win. Exactly. A win is a win. And then I went, and then my second tournament, I did end up taking first right with against other women in Carolina. It was great. Super fun. But yeah, so I just I really want to do sit downs this year.
It looks like a lot of fun. Like sit down looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Levi asked what our training programs are on, and do you think being on a strict training program is important? So
it depends on what you want in the sport.
I mean,
If
there's
you want to
stretch
just
and
have
there's
it as something as
consistency.
fun, as a hobby, just do it when you want to. But if you want to be world class, you got to train like a professional athlete. Professional athletes are training every single day. When I was in a professional ballet company, when I was 8 years old, I was dancing. I was in class every single day, at least 6 days a week.
all I'm picturing is dance moms. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, that was my life. No, but honestly, it depends on what your goals are in the sport. If your goal is just to have fun, and that's the thing, are you chasing excellence or are you chasing medals? Are you chasing first place? That's what you have to choose. Or are you doing this as something you just really like doing? If you just really like enjoying and the camaraderie and everything like that, you train how you want to train. But like I said, if you want to be world class, you got to train every day. At least 4 days a week.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, I don't have a strict training. Probably 2 or 3 days a week I'll pick up the weights and the bands, but if I stuck to a strict training regimen, I could do a lot better than what I do. So yeah, it's just Right now it's for shits and giggles, I guess.
It's
You've already
fun.
won enough.
It's fun.
I mean, you've put in what, 31 years at this point, Cass?
Yeah.
So
I think you're good.
you're good, love.
I think you're good on the days and hours you train.
You've made your name.
Almost 32.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure 32.
When is your 32 anniversary?
You're good.
It will be September 20 or September 22nd. Yep, September 22nd.
I think that's what day I started
32 years.
in 2018. It was either like September 20th or something around there. That's awesome.
I'll go throw you a party, Cast, a Lucky Ones podcast party on that day. That's the day
There you
before
go.
my,
Yeah.
that's the day before my parents' anniversary, so I'm gonna remember that.
Just do a big party. Have everybody call in that you had matches with.
Right? Maybe not
That's so
everybody,
cool.
because they'll be like, Casto's such a beep.
Yeah, like the stories. That's what I love about this sport, though. Because the sport has been around for so long, and we still have people that have been arm wrestling for 20 plus years in the sport. That's what makes this sport really cool too, because you hear stories from everybody from going overseas and competing over there and like in Malaysia and China and like all these different countries that you're competing in. I think it's amazing because a lot of, especially in America, a lot of Americans never travel outside of America, let alone their own cities. So being able to be in a sport that lets you travel, that's so cool. That's awesome. I love it. That's one of the biggest
Yeah.
reasons why I love this sport too.
And just to talk to with other people and well, you did this, like Steph the other day. She said when we were on the world stage that I told her when we got in the strap, she says, what's it matter? I'm just going to beat you. She's the one that said that to me. Someone messaged me and said that they watched the podcast and they said, she's the one that said that to you. What's it matter? You're just going to beat me anyhow. I said, oh, well, that's a little goober anyhow.
That's awesome though. I think one of the biggest things I like about this sport too is the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Everybody can joke. Everybody can have fun. Like even if you lose, you're like, oh crap. You're amazing. You know what I mean? Like if for me too, he beats on that table after it, show me. Show me. I want to know. And most of the time it's just you just need to get stronger, which sucks to hear.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's just you just need to get stronger. That's it. That's it. So
Agreed. So Casto Mike says that his anniversary for 32 years is September 12th.
geez, everybody started in
Oh,
September.
He beat you by 10 days.
me then.
He's 10 days older than you. No, that's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you guys still being here, teaching us younger folk and still wanting to help it grow. So y'all are amazing to me.
Yeah, I want to grip up with Christina one day just to feel the power there. Just cuts. Just
I
even
want
though
to hold
get
hands
crushed
with
and
all of y'all.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
I'm like, no, you don't.
Someone
I do. I
asked
want to get crushed.
Go.
I want to know. I want to feel it. You only get better when you pull the best. You have to keep pulling better than yourself.
Someone
to get
asked
better.
me years ago what I did for my grip, what I did, what exercises I did for my grip. And I turned around, I looked at him and I said, I've got teenagers. That's the only thing I could come up with.
That'll definitely make your grip stronger for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, my mom always, like, if I did something wrong, my mom had the strongest grip ever. I don't know what she did, But she would always be like, and she wouldn't even say anything. She'd just grab my wrist and I'd be like, okay. I don't know what it was, but she just had the strongest grip ever. It's probably the same.
I think having babies, like carrying them around in my left arm all the time, has made my left arm better than my right on the table, even though I'm right-handed. Because I've always got this static hold going on my left. Like there's this constant static hold where I'm like always carrying him around like this in this position all the time. And now he's like almost 40 pounds, and I'm still like trying to get the workout while we're, going to the store. And I think I clean houses for a living. So I think clean houses where I'm just like scrubbing the crap out of something, just like getting all this, by the time I get done working, my hands are like exhausted and I'm like, oh good. I didn't do any weightlifting today, but at least I got some sort of exercise in. I think that helps, just getting stuff every day, even if it's not like necessarily
Yeah,
a curl or something.
for sure. Like that's why in our sport, some of the strongest people are the blue collar,
Yeah.
like the roofers, the contractors, the
Carpenters.
mechanics.
I mean, yeah.
They're constantly doing stuff with their wrists. And the guys that have been in the sport for 20 plus years that have had that job, they never had, anything done. They did it with a screwdriver and a hammer. It was not
That's
easy.
my husband.
It was
Yeah.
legit elbow
my
grease.
husband, he's an HVAC guy, and he's always using the screwdriver. And
Yeah.
my son is a mason,
Yeah.
and he's always happened to carry a great big huge block. And
Yep.
they both are. Well, my husband doesn't arm wrestle anymore, but my son, he could go to a tournament and win it, and he never works out. Now, if he would work out, he could be top in the world if he would just work out.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll watch this.
But I hate that when I always
Start
get like so
working
excited about
out.
arm wrestling. Oh, sorry.
No,
Sarah,
no,
go
you're
ahead.
fine. Keep going, girl.
I always get so excited when I meet somebody like, I guess my brother, who has this like natural integrity in his wrist where you can't open him no matter what you do. He's never arm wrestled once, doesn't want to, doesn't care. I'm like, what? Like, you have the ability, and you just,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
My dad's the same.
it's
My dad,
frustrating
if
to me.
he
I'm
was-
Yeah,
like,
they're like, what's arm wrestling?
My dad's
What is
wrists
it?
are
What's
like
arm
that
wrestling?
big.
yeah. Is that like in that movie from the 80s?
My
People still do that?
mother-in-law,
The over the
would have
top
been
movie.
the perfect
Oh.
arm wrestler.
Don't get me
My
wrong.
mother-in-law would have been the perfect arm wrestler. She had the biggest wrist. I think that's where my husband got his thick wrist from. Was
Yeah.
my mother-in-law. I mean, that woman was built.
Yeah, Jason
was
tells
strong.
this story too about his grandma. She worked in the steel mills in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So she would literally put the steel in like a round, like just constant.
Oh,
Whoop,
wow.
I'm hitting the mic. Constantly just doing this. And
She'd have been a killer on the
he
table.
could never beat her until he was, close to his 20s. He couldn't beat her. She was just that strong. Little tiny
That's
tiny
awesome.
grandma, but she was just a powerhouse because she's constantly bending the steel by hand. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But those are the
told
people that are
like
strong in this sport.
There's this woman in Oregon, Mindy Woody. She's amazing. She's small and mighty. She's like a farmer or something. If she's watching, sorry, I don't know. If you're not a farmer, I'm sorry. But she is always out on the farm or something. And it took me like 3 years to be able to beat her, and I outweigh her I know weight isn't everything in this sport, but I mean, I outweigh this woman by at least 80 pounds, and I still couldn't get her because their integrity on her wrist, and she's a good arm wrestler anyway, and the integrity on her wrist and elbow, and it's just insane. And she's like, I don't really train. I don't really do it much. I'm just like, brain explosion, you don't train and you're that good and you've been beating me for years. I'm like, man, I got to work harder, I guess.
Yeah. Farmer strength. It's a thing. That dad strength, that farmer strength, it's a thing. For sure. I always say the blue collar strength because it just encompasses all of them.
That's a better way to say it. I'm just like farmer straight. Everyone's a farmer to me, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Usually when they're that strong and they don't train or anything, they usually are. Or, they're a
Except it was manual
contractor
labor
or
every day,
mechanic or welder or anybody like that. For sure.
Lunch lady.
Oh yeah.
Lunch lady.
Lunch lady. You gotta keep those, all your
Seriously.
work, lifting all those
Cannon
heavy trays.
That gets heavy.
Yeah, your front
100%.
deltoids must be on fire. I mean, you must have the strongest front deltoids from lifting trays out all day.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm serious.
No, I get it.
We had these we had lunch lady Olympics when the Olympics were in, I think it was like Atlanta, and we would challenge other schools to post these videos. And I had it was grape divining, where I would put the grapes, because you have to take the grapes off the vines, and I would put a whole case of grapes in a sink and get them off the vine in a minute. And how I would do that was I'd put them in there, put a little bit of water in it, and just swish my hand around real fast in them grapes. And it doesn't smash the grapes, but they come off that vine so fast. Everybody else would try to do it, and they would get so tired. But I could keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and I wouldn't get tired. And the other day, I challenged the girl at work to do the coleslaw. And I said, you got to video me doing this. So I mixed the coleslaw by hand. And it's like where you do the sand in the bucket and work your hand.
Yeah.
Well, instead of using the mixer, because you're doing it for 400 kids, I do it by hand and mix it.
Gosh.
And they're like, why
That's
don't
how
you
you
just
get
use the
the
mixer?
strength.
I said, because this is my workout for the day. And she's
it
like,
doesn't
I don't
taste the
understand why
same.
you don't use your. Exactly. I said, I got to spit in it while I'm doing it.
Exactly. Give it some love. Just use a machine.
But yeah.
I'm not lazy.
So Sarah answered this earlier. Levi asked us if we have our sights set on anybody for a super match, or anyone to catch up to. Leanne was mentioned by Sarah, and they
mine.
also said, sorry, I forgot the other person you said, or where you were going in December.
Lottie.
God.
Zolati.
Or Katrina
would
that
like
just
to
arm wrestled.
rematch-
She's a goal of mine.
I would
too.
like to rematch Kate Guth, because I had to wrestle her in Pennsylvania, and it was quite a weird match for me, and I would like to rematch with her.
Cool.
Just
You're going to IFA this year, right? You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to are you reffing USAA Nationals, or are you competing in it, Castro?
I'm competing. They've not said anything about me reffing, so I don't know. They probably won't say anything until I get there, so I don't know.
You'll
That's
walk up and
nice.
be like, guess what? You're reffing. Yay. Head wrap.
They've already got their people, I'm sure. There's a lot of people right there in Ohio that they have, so I'm sure they already have their refs.
Gotcha. Katie, who you got?
But I'd help them if they needed me.
You mean who do I have a super match with Stephanie in October? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he said, do you have your sights on anybody for a super match, which, you have Stephanie coming up, or do you have your sights on anybody to catch up to?
Everybody that's above me. Honestly, I know it sounds awful, but it's
Yeah.
true. Everybody that's above me listed anywhere on any rank, my goal is to beat you at some point. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but it's always the goal. And it was lofty, but whatever. I got to have goals. And then in October, I got Stephanie, and I'm not taking that match lightly. That woman is a beast. She's been pulling for 8 years. I've only been pulling for 3. I'm glad I've got till October to try to you know, become the best I can be, to see if I can come into her town and win in her huge gym and all that. So it'll be an uphill battle, but I don't think it's something I can't do. You know, if I start now and start working hard, and I never take my opponents for granted, ever. And there's no reason to take her for granted anyway. I'm just saying, I never take them for granted. So I'll just keep training until the last day or whatever. You know, it sounds kind of dramatic, but you know.
I have Katie Marie coming up again in June 22nd at Throwdown at Redmond's. And then I have the same day, left hand, I have Lisa Ann, who's also in this in the chat. And both are just that's gonna be absolute like insane. I'm so impressed with Katie, just how much she's just rocked out, and Lisa is just, every video I watch of hers is just like, whoo, what did I get myself into? But you know, they asked, I answered, you know, and it's gonna be a fun day. I think there's like 22 super matches set for that day, something crazy. I know there's 10 of us on the main card, or 12 of us on the main card, and then another like 10 on the after card. And it's gonna be I'm excited to meet Mackenzie Redmond. I'm really excited to meet her. Hopefully we'll get to do some after polling. I've heard nothing but good things about her. And yeah, Katie, Lisa, and I just I'm really excited to see what happens with between Katie and Lisa in April 6th, because I can kind of gauge, because I've already pulled Katie, but I haven't never pulled Lisa. So I'm excited to see what happens at their super matches for their ranks. So, but as far as somebody to set my sights on to catch up to, I don't know. Katie down there taking all those wins in Las Vegas.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Oh
yeah. All right, Lucky. You set the date.
I was like, I no, girl. I was looking at your body. Like, I just, you know, I've only seen you like here up, you know, like a couple of times, and like I've seen, you know, some of your videos, but not. But I mean, I was just, I was watching and like screen recording, and I was just like, this girl is a monster. So I am impressed, and just keep doing what you're doing, love, because yeah, I want to be there one day, babe.
I want to grip up with you too. All the people here. I've never gripped up with any of you, not even Sarah. No. Even though we've been at the same tournament, we never had a chance to after poll or anything.
But oh wow.
It'd be fun.
Come up to the table. Talk to me.
Oh yeah, where are you? I'll be there in 5 minutes.
I'm literally at the tables. Next time. We'll get on the table next time.
So for me, it's definitely everybody that I've lost to, I'm coming for you. I'm going to get it one day. So my eyes I have set on, it's got to be my girl that's #1 here in my state, which is Merlene. I want to be able to bring something to the table with her, and that would be like a little badge of honor, honestly, because Merlene's she's a beast, and people underestimate her. So, but yeah, I want to be something on the table with her for sure.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw her beat that Swedish lady in that match, or I don't even know where she was from. Maybe she wasn't Swedish. There was some match I saw Merlene in earlier, late last year.
Up in New York?
I don't know. I don't know anything, okay? I just know it was her. It was her in a super match, and it was a foreign woman, I think. And I think there's a lot of people that were like, we're not sure if Merlene's going to win. We're not sure what's going to happen. And Merlene was just like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was New York arm wrestling. They did it like live in a mall, and that was like her. I think it was. Don't quote me on it, so Merlene can fix this later. It was one of her first super matches, and yeah, she made it look easy. She did. She made it look easy. So she's like, again, she's a hell of a beast.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the round robin. I'm sad I won't be in it, but I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Lorraine is doing that for us girls. That's just amazing. I hope it takes off like off the hitch, and I hope we get it again and it becomes a yearly thing, because
I
that's
think
what
it will
he's
be.
doing for us is awesome.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it'll be a yearly thing. And especially with like things like Zloty coming back too. They're gonna build the women's
So this
in
line,
that as well.
can you fill people in?
Yeah.
Like me that don't ever know anything
Same here.
about this Lottie. Like I know it's in Dubai or something, but I know
Yep.
it's like some tournament that doesn't it move around and it's ran by people that aren't in Dubai, right? Isn't it European or something? I don't know anything. Just fill me in.
He's from Mazurenko. Yeah, he's
Okay.
from Poland, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he runs the tournament and then it goes to like different cities every year or
I think it's been in Dubai. I think that's the only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm confused with something else.
So if you've seen videos of top 8 from a
Mhm.
couple years ago, that is Zloty. That's Vendetta.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing again. So they have the Vendetta, the 8 women. So that's the top 8. The
Oh yeah, the
57
one that Katrina's
they're
going
doing.
to.
So Mazurenko is also doing Zloty. Zloty
that's
is
cool.
the tournament
Gotcha.
where this top 8, you are chosen to be in it. So the
Yeah,
best from Zloty this coming up this year will be in the top 8 next year, I believe is what he said. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
That's pretty cool. Just a sec.
Yeah. Yeah, so they take the best in those weight classes and put them in. So if you look up the top 8 with, I mean, the best arm wrestlers we've ever had were in the top 8. And that was pretty awesome to see too. Like Levon was in it, Dennis Saplankov, Devin, like there was a bunch of people in the top 8. It was pretty awesome to see. That's what that is.
You all prefer super matches or tournaments?
Super match. I hate tournaments.
Super match.
Yeah. Super match is 100%.
What's the question?
Do you prefer a super match or a tournament?
I have zero experience with super matches, so I'm gonna have to say tournament.
Yeah.
I've never had a super match, not till October with Stephanie.
Girl, you better pull one before you pull with Stephanie.
I better pull what?
You need to go practice.
You better practice before you go against Stephanie.
Practice what?
It's different. A super match.
Oh yeah, I know. You mean like just practice like matching against the same person over and over again?
Sure.
I don't know. Why do you say it like that? Like, sure. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
No. I'm saying like have like an actual super match before you go up against Stephanie. Like get like the pressures and the butterflies and do the jazz. Would be my suggestion. And
Or not,
do
and
like
just
the week
go
before.
in.
Okay.
I don't need more butterflies and more nerves. There's already so much. If I add more, it probably won't come out right. Whatever that means.
Hey, you're doing great.
You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. I just know, like, for me, because don't do what I did. Like, this is not at all. But, like, I had my super match with Katie, like, literally the week before I went to LA Fit to pull Autumn Cote. Don't do that.
Maybe I can do like a super match at practice with like someone who is closer to my, because it's all men. So someone who, maybe I have some shot against something,
Right.
just something. So it's not just a complete, like I'm getting crushed, but I feel like I'm at least having to work during the match instead of just being smashed every time. But I could do that at practice. I could talk to coach or something, but yeah, I mean, I need to prepare for it, I guess, but it's
I just felt a lot. I mean, I was still like really nervous and like, I don't know if I would call it prepared, but like having that super match before having the super match, like, yeah, it was for me, it helped a lot, but that's just my 2 cents. very small half pennies.
It's
Um,
probably a good idea. I never even thought about it. So yeah.
well, don't let me get in your head. Do what you gotta do. You're number
But
one.
maybe you should be in my head if I'm not even thinking. Jeez. There's not even thoughts in there. Maybe
She's
I
just
should
trying to get
look
in your
this
head
up.
because she wants a super match with you.
Mhm.
Oh, you want Lucky. You want okay. Well, you're in,
Exactly what
No,
she
I'm not
said.
gonna be here first. No, thank you.
well, I'm on the West Coast and you're on the East Coast, so we'll have to meet somewhere in the middle.
Right. Hey, meet me in Michigan. I'll be in Michigan State this year.
Michigan's not the middle between Oregon and Virginia. Middle's like Kansas. You meet me in Missouri or
Don't just go to
Nebraska.
Texas.
I don't know where anything is. Okay, Colorado. That sounds closer for me. Colorado.
I love Colorado.
Oklahoma.
Ew. I didn't want to go to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Not in the Mile High. Not in Denver or
No.
Colorado
Because
Springs. I
I
train
need
there.
I need like
Can't breathe.
2 weeks to adjust my breathing when you go to Colorado. Like the altitude is no
I
joke
tried
there.
to play soccer there in college, and our team went 2 days early, and it didn't matter. Still got crushed. Couldn't breathe.
Hop on stuff. What's one thing that you feel will help? See, this is one of my questions, Levi. This is actually my closing question, Levi. So we on the same page. But Levi asked, what's one thing that you feel will help grow women's arm wrestling, and one thing you will start actively doing to help grow women's arm wrestling? Well, I'm doing it right now.
I was
So
gonna say
We're doing it.
this.
That was the easiest question. This is it, Levi.
Yeah.
Next question.
But no,
I'm
I
kidding.
think Sarah's definitely onto something with like really promoting women and getting female refs. Castro has said the same thing about getting more female refs in the sport. I think that that's going to be something that's going to attract females, and I think just having people like Katie and Amanda coming back from an injury, really showing everybody what a girl boss really is. It's like something that is just going to continue to help grow our sport, to show that anybody and everybody can really do this and be successful if they put their mind to it and if they put their heart into it. So I think everybody that's associated with the podcast, our guest speaker especially, has really done a lot to help push this amongst the females. And if we can just continue to get light shine and spotlights on us, that's what it's all about. It's really just that camaraderie and continuing to including women and encouraging women and showing them exactly what we're all about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like I don't like comparing arm wrestling to something like UFC or something like that, but it took a while for the women to build in that. And now some of the most viewed videos, the same with arm wrestling, some of the most viewed videos are the women fights.
The truth, I'll take UFC female fighting over men's all day long. Men typically just sit there and lay on each other, and women duke it out.
I
So.
can say when they're laying on, they're working. Because I took jujitsu, it is not hard having somebody lay on you. I can tell you right now, it may look boring, but it's hard. It is hard. But yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And most of the views that, that the YouTube videos get, if you look at from tournaments and they have men's 176, men's 198, and then you see the women's, most of the time the women are going to have more views than the guys because you have women and men watching.
Right.
Not just the women. So.
Yeah, we had a super match series in East Ohio, and it was, I think he had 18 or 20 matches, and the match with Martha Swick and myself was the top viewed super match of the whole night.
Yeah.
So
even for Monster Factory, but Rebecca and I got match of the night.
Yeah. But
We
here,
did
how
too.
many times has
Yeah.
Todd put on more women though? So he hopefully Monster Factory come back and he'll have more than one woman. So, but yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah.
So
I love seeing more matches for women. I love it. I think it's great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially now that they're doing things like top 8, getting more women in King of the Table, getting more women on the East versus West. Like, that's awesome. I love seeing that. I love seeing that because the women in this sport are badasses.
Worldwide.
Like, there are
Worldwide.
some pretty vicious arm wrestlers in this sport on the women's side, for sure. And they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they're exciting.
Well, that's why
I
I'm
agree.
super excited. I mean, and shameless plug again. That's why I'm so excited for On the Rise, and I really hope that we just get a whole lot of super match for especially as we get closer. I know we're really far out. People are still talking to people, trying to figure out. I've gotten a lot of people reaching out like, when's the latest I can sign up? September. Oh, okay, I got time. I got time. But I think it's going to be a really fun event that is, non-exclusive. I think is like the biggest thing when it comes to women's arm wrestling. Like, yes, I appreciate the in being included in the exclusive events, but I also think that a lot of the stuff that we need to be doing to bring other people in is got to be non-exclusive. Like, if you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to help. I think showcasing the exclusivity and having like the top people, in the East versus West, and then King of the Table, Knuckles Up, the Lorray thing, even with the round robin. I get that wanting the exclusivity of having like the top, but at the same time, like you have to have these events that are going to showcase the up and comers and the people who don't have names yet.
Well, I heard that the Michigan tournament is amazing. And you usually get a lot of turnout for that, even in the women's class for the Michigan tournament. So you could have a good one there. Lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
We'll see. We'll see.
So Katie, are we gonna go to the tournament with the Halloween costumes?
I'm serious. It's so much fun. Like, that tournament was so much fun.
Okay, I think ours is on Saturday. So the 5th of October is a Saturday. Is the tournament going to be on a Saturday or a Sunday?
It's on the 5th.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah. So it's totally up to Katie. I don't care.
Up to me. The whole balance of everything was on my shoulders.
Well, because
don't do that to her.
Well, I don't mind dressing up in a costume. I've never arm wrestled in a costume before. And
so okay, what time does the tournament start?
Which one?
That 6 p.m. I think.
6 p.m.
I think so.
Okay.
I would message Brandon. Brandon, because he was talking about if anybody knew any super matches that anybody wanted to do or anything like that. Message Brandon. Allen.
So because ours starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm sure you'd be able to. So that would be 5
I think
p.m.
Stephanie should figure it out then, because I don't know any of these people you guys are talking.
Oh yeah, I would if you wanted to, but if you were coming to San Diego because you wanted to do stuff with your family or whatever, and that was going to ruin the family.
Well, my husband's family lives there, so he was like, "Okay, I'll
don't care about the in-laws."
Invite the.
Oh no! What if they're watching? No, I'm kidding.
Are they?
Probably not. Almost certainly not. Okay. So, I will go. I will go anywhere. You know what? Victorville's not as far for San Diego for me, right, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I still have to go to San Diego anyway. But if you want to do some sort of costume type thing, I'll probably be Wonder Woman or something, because I've got that costume already.
Locked and loaded.
You could change out the top part and put your 2 medals from Utah.
You mean on my chest?
Yeah, on your chest.
Oh yeah, that's not like, hey everybody, look at my chest. At least with the Wonder Woman costume, it's just a corset that's looks like it's leather, but it's fake, you know. And but you know, the last time I wore that, I wasn't arm wrestling yet, and so I don't know if I've gotten bigger or smaller around my midsection. Thank God there's no sleeves because the arms I probably wouldn't fit into it anymore. But
that could be the clickbait right there. Just watching
Yeah.
rip out of the shirt.
I've got
Maybe we
I've
should
got
make
pictures of the Wonder Woman costume, but they're on my website. It's not like that exciting, but what we should be superheroes or something, or we could, I don't even have to be Wonder Woman. We could be something else, Stephanie.
I know we could make a poll and have the guys like come up with a whole bunch of ideas for us.
That'd be fun.
Well,
You
vote
could.
on what we should be.
Yeah, you could. It's a really fun event, I'm telling you. It's
So,
so much fun. And it's
I
right
was-
outside
yeah.
the gym.
The
That's
only thing
literally
is-
what the gym is called. The gym.
Yeah.
What? My goodness. What do you need, buddy?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Monster Factory. I said it wrong earlier. I said Monster
I can't
Tape.
remember why I didn't go last
I think it would be
So-
fun. I might have to pick a different superhero just because that costume, it has boots. They're like thigh highs, and they're just kind of
Captain
hard to walk
Marvel.
in.
Oh my god.
You'd be a killer Captain Marvel.
They don't have heels though, so they wouldn't be like that. But they're just not. Who wants to arm wrestle in thigh high boots? I mean, it'd
I
be,
saw someone arm wrestling in heels.
yeah, but I
Deb,
couldn't be on my
Deb,
top game.
Deb
Deb,
from Myrtle Beach pulls
Deb
in heels all the
Banyan.
time.
Deb Banyan.
Yeah,
I feel like unless we were both dressed in ridiculous costumes that disbenefited both of us equally, it wouldn't be as
Okay.
fair if I show up in this costume where I can't even be like a good puller because I'm wearing like
Oh
a
my
skirt
God.
and boots and
Okay.
crap.
So what
Just
should I be?
dress up like Devin. Wear Crocs, shorts, and a green hoodie. Done.
Oh my-
Yeah, but you gotta let it sit on your head and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Can't-
yeah, pull it back.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Crocs. Does he really wear Crocs when he pulls?
Yeah, he does. To practice, he does.
I tell my kid not to wear Crocs to school because he'll get all wet. He's like, they don't get wet, Mom. I'm like, yeah, but your socks inside do.
Socks and sandals, gross.
Gross.
It was- I taught my niece about action mode. I like, put your Crocs in action mode. We about to go running.
That's what my kid calls it, action mode. I'm like, get out of here. It's a piece of rubber.
Hey, I made fun of those until I put a pair on and I was
They're
like,
comfy.
crap.
I gotta buy-
It saved me when
Until
I
I
broke
wore
my
them?
leg.
I have a pair now.
I was so
My
mad.
kids.
So when I broke my leg, I could not fit my foot in any of my shoes and I had to go to work. And so literally I have a tennis shoe on one foot and I have my Croc on the other. And my kids, literally, I say 1,000 things to them every single day as a teacher. I'm like, do this, please do this, please do this. Like repeating. Tell me what, all my kids, like all of a sudden they notice, you got 2 different shoes on. You never, I tell you guys stuff all day, every day. I have to repeat myself 1,000 times. But the minute you see me with 2 different shoes, you're like, hey, you got 2 different shoes on.
When they pay attention.
Stephanie, in a perfect
My
world,
kid-
we would have our super match and then we could go to the tournament in costumes.
That's what I thought too.
Really? We like mind meld.
There you go.
So
Lock,
the
it in,
costume.
ladies.
Regular clothes, put on a costume. Put our,
Lock it in, ladies.
some
The
regular
whole
And then the
brand.
tournament could just be fun in a costume. I mean, granted, we're both still going to want to win, but the tournament can be fun and not as serious as I think the super match is going to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, good idea. Plus, our event is an hour before the tournament starts.
Oh yeah, and the women never go first. So we don't have to worry about that, right?
And y'all will be warmed up. There you go.
There you go.
Exactly. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about warming up.
Yeah,
You're
now
in
if I
there.
could get my husband to go along with this plan of us driving multiple. Wait, how are we going to get from San Diego to the tournament 2 hours away? We need a time machine, Stephanie.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
we
you know
could
what we
take
need?
my car.
Do you
Stephanie
drive that
drives
fast?
Fast.
What? All right, so I had a brain idea. I had a brain baby, if you will. What if we came up with like this awards that we could mail out after everybody's done, like with little like phoenixes or something like that, either like a plaque with a phoenix or an actual phoenix that we'd mail out
That's
to the winners.
good. Because
You
I'm
think
gonna
that
be
would
designing the match
cool?
cards. I'm gonna be
Huh?
designing the match cards soon. And you could, I don't have to design the award, or I don't even know how that would work, but like me and like I'm gonna need a buff picture of Stephanie doing this or something soon, so I could put it on our match card, or her, looking like she's gonna like kill me or something, so I could put it on there. And then,
I don't think I've ever not seen Stephanie smile.
oh,
I feel like
Stephanie's awesome, but I know when I get on the
every
table,
time
she
I
won't
see
be.
her, she's always smiling. Always.
It
I don't know if
feels
you-
good. It feels good to smile.
I love
Yeah.
to smile. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever not seen you smile. I feel
When I
like
try
every
to
time
look mean, I just look old.
You don't look old. Stop saying that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of like if somebody would like either like donate them and I'll just pay for like the shipping or something, or looking into that. But I think that might draw in another set of crowd too. If we actually
How
have
many sorry, how many matches do we have so far?
3 confirmed, 5 total as of right now.
Is Scarlett pulling, or she just got 2 girls?
Scarlett is pulling.
Scarlett's pulling. Okay. Who does she
Yes.
pick? No.
Yeah, yes, she's pulling Lisa.
Yeah.
Or Lisa.
Stephanie, we're doing the left. Yeah?
Yeah.
Lucky's
Okay.
not pulling.
I'm not going to show up and have you tell me it's right.
Lucky has made this announcement several times that Lucky is going to be on the Zoom, making sure everything's going good. I cannot be distracted.
That's right. Lucky's our event police. She'll be making sure everything's running smoothly.
And yes. And because I just want everybody to know, because that rumor has already started, it's not because I'm A, scared, or B, not wanting to lose. It is only because I want to be able to focus on the Zoom.
That is such an asshole thing to say.
This is literally the second time that a rumor like that has started about me. And I'm just like,
where do rumors start? Like, who does that? Oh, it's just, and then it gets out there? Like,
because people talk to people that they don't think I know.
Well, at least
talk
you
to
don't
anybody and then you'll be
Like,
fine.
da-da-da-da-da. So I would pull. I'd love to pull any of you, all of you. I'm excited for next weekend. I'm still not sure if I'm pulling right because my finger's still being crazy, but I'm definitely pulling left next weekend. So I know Scarlett said she was going to be there. Amanda said she was going to be there. There's a few other.
Oh, so you're coming to Tennessee?
Probably, yes.
And wait a minute, you're not pulling what?
I'm not pulling right.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. I might pull right. I don't know. I'll have to see. If I get through this whole week without my finger flaring up and swelling, then I'll probably pull right and then have it swell up and.
Oh, no.
Just tape it to the other finger. You just say it's injured and they'll let you still grip up.
Okay, I might do that. See, I'm sure they will. It's the trainer that's going to be with me that I don't think will. So, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I definitely want to pull left next week, and so I'm excited to pull some of the ladies that'll be on the podcast, and then Lisa and I will pull in June. I'm trying to think of who else is on the podcast that I haven't. Katie, I'd like to pull one day, 100%. I'll make my way out to the West Coast, pull Katie and Stephanie.
Or maybe it'll give me an excuse. I have never been anywhere. Okay, like almost anywhere.
Let Katie travel. Jeez.
Well, I never traveled to the East
Never
Coast.
pulling
you know?
Casto. Casto can just let that dream die.
What? No, I'll go out there and I'll pull Lucky and Casto and Amanda and everybody that I can find,
Leah.
and then I'll come back.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, you gotta
Might as
pull
well
Leah,
just
too.
come to Vegas and pull me too. Jeez.
Oh yeah, you too. I'll pull you. I'll make a round, a 2-week trip of tour in the U.S.
Just going to
Losing 90% of my matches on my way back.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Good for you. Might as well keep goals going. Otherwise, it
Right
gets
there. That's
boring.
Casto's the one I want to. I want to lose to Casto really bad. So I'd like to go pull her.
No, you don't.
That's what I said earlier. I was
I
like,
don't want to
"No, you
lose to
don't."
her, but I want to feel what kind of crazy amount of strength I'm trying to work with.
So I have the perfect
Concrete
thing for you to
Casto is
do.
what they call her in West Virginia. Ain't nobody can move her.
Yeah,
I
go
know.
to a wall, and just press really,
Push
really
it.
hard. That's what she feels like.
I know, but I'm like a
I
glutton
feel
for
like
punishment, so I have to know.
I'm sitting in concrete right now.
No, I've heard about your side pressure for a while.
Oh, I've heard about it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I'm still like undeterred in
And
my
I felt it.
I'm undeterred in my desire to get completely annihilated. I would I want
That's awesome.
because I feel like I used to get really when I went to Arizona State last July. I was so nervous. It was the first time I'd ever traveled for arm wrestling, and I was so scared, and I was just like, oh, this is awful. It's too nerve wracking, and on and on. And now I have this completely different attitude about it. And it used to be like I was so scared to pull people that were better than me, right? That had been doing it longer, which means I'm pretty much scared to pull everybody, right? Because I'm new. But now it's like, no, now I want to pull the good ones. I want to pull the best ones because the only way I'm going to get better is if I learn how to get better against the really good ones.
Yep.
And so I'm like, bring it on, the best people, and I will continue to lose until I don't.
Oh, pulling the best ones,
You win.
pulling
You
the best ones at
always
the
learn
tournament.
from your
Go ahead,
losses.
Sarah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying you learn from your losses.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when you pull the best ones at the tournament, then you only have that pull. But then if you wait till the after pulls, that's when you can really learn something from them. Because if you just go up there and get flashed, then what are you going to learn from that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess what I mean is I'd like to pull them and then, learn from them after if they're willing to share their
Yeah.
secrets, Casto, your concrete secrets.
And definitely practice in the strap. Like that lady that I pulled at the gym the other day for the old school ladies, I don't think she ever used a strap. I don't think straps existed back then.
Yeah.
I'm on the. Can you?
Yeah, it didn't break my Andrew. I just I think there's a hairline fracture on my knuckle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it won't.
Ooh,
I'm so frustrated because I've been wearing like a brace and I had a finger brace for a while and it just won't heal. And then it'll heal. It'll be fine for like 2 days, and then I'll do training, and then it'll swell up again. And I'm like, mother trucker.
That's why I think you need to tape it together to your next finger and then try doing lifting with that and
Right.
see how it does. But yeah, keep it taped together. So that's what I would
Right.
do.
I had that happen.
get you some frankincense and put on it.
Yes.
I did, and it didn't work. I have frankincense because I use it for when I sleep, and it didn't work.
Castor oil helps with inflammation.
That smells good.
Yeah, castor oil is another one.
And arnica.
I like tart cherry juice. Like you only need a little bit, like little 2 ounce, 4 ounce shot. So, but also
Yeah,
I think
definitely tape it together where your whatever knuckle it is. I
This one
had
though,
a hairline.
it's these two. It's this finger right here. It's
Yeah,
this.
so tape it to your middle
Okay.
just so that it doesn't open up,
Uh-huh.
so that it heals like this. I had a hairline here,
Mm-hmm.
and it was from drumline. So
What'd you play?
So I was a cymbal player, and we were doing our rolls
Mhm.
with the cymbals, and the kid next to me, his cymbal slipped out of his hand and smashed in my hand.
Oh,
A little hairline fracture from his cymbal, and it healed, and then they had to crack it open because my
Oh.
tendon got in between.
that
They had
sounds
to crack
awful.
it back open, pull the tendon out, and yeah. But definitely at least tape it here
Right.
so that it stays and it doesn't open up.
All right, I'll try that. I'll try that for sure.
This has been a fun. I mean, I'm not saying it's over yet, but I'm not trying to end it.
Been
I'm
a
just
long
saying
one.
this has been a good. Oh, I see how you are, Katie, trying to get us off the podcast. No, this has been a fun episode, you guys. You guys are so funny.
Yeah, shout out to Levi for constantly asking us questions and keeping us
Yeah,
going.
seriously.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks. For sure. And Stephanie's always so funny. Whenever Stephanie comes back, I feel like it's more fun.
Oh, well, shit, I guess we suck.
That's
That's it.
No, that's not what I mean. I don't mean everybody sucks.
All right.
That's
Well,
cool.
All right. On that note, thanks, Katie.
No, that's not what I
Way to
meant.
bring it down.
We'll just
You
leave.
guys shut up.
Everybody else can just log off.
Fine, Stephanie, fine. You and me will have our own Zoom meeting without them, okay?
Oh
Fine.
no. But I think it's fun with Sarah too. I feel like
Yeah.
Sarah is like the studious one who would come here and put us in our place.
We can't rely on Castor to do it all the time. So now she has
No, I already
Yeah, see,
feel
now
like
you're
she's-
backup.
Castro's giving us a message.
I've got backup for you. I'm here for backup.
We love you, Sarah. You always have you have so many answers for arm wrestling. Like you know so much, and you're always willing to show people stuff, and you're so kind. Every time I see you, it's like you're happy to see me, and it just makes me feel good. Thank you.
Of course, yeah. I want it to grow as much as anybody else, and if I'm doing something that's helping me, of course I'm going to tell somebody else too. I'm not one of those that keeps secrets when
I
it
think
comes
you
to
should
training.
share your fun video that you made with your husband and you're like Devin Larat. Like
Oh,
where's that video? And you
our
found
arm
something that
bets
looks like
video.
a dildo. Where is
Yeah,
that
our
video?
arm bets video.
Yes, you have to share it with the ladies because I know they haven't seen it.
Yeah, I can put it in the
Katie,
Facebook group. It's really funny. Yeah.
you will laugh your butt off.
Devin,
It's so
Devin
funny.
loved it.
I had to keep watching it over and over.
Yeah, Devin loved it. He was like, "You guys need to make more of these."
Yes, how come you haven't made more?
Yeah. No,
Like,
we're
you should.
thinking about other ones, so you'll see more.
It has to
Don't
be
worry.
when you're inspired.
Yeah.
All right,
We're-
Sarah, do you
got some
have like YouTube or TikTok, or I know people can find you on Facebook.
Mhm. So
You-
I don't have a TikTok. I used to have a TikTok, but I don't deal with TikTok anymore. My Instagram, I also have a YouTube. My Instagram is Miss Latona _armsport. So that's my Instagram. And then my YouTube is Sarah Latona. Or if you just type in Sarah Lightning Latona, that'll come up on my YouTube as well.
What was the underscore? What was after the underscore?
Arm
Sorry.
sport.
Armsport. And that's Insta.
That's where you can find me.
Sweet.
And it's MRS.
Dang it. Ignore that.
It's
I
okay.
should
If
have
you
done.
type in Sarah Latona, it'll come up on Instagram. So if you just type in Sarah Latona, the Miss Latona Arm Sport will come up.
Cool.
I actually have not eaten yet today, so I need to go eat.
What? Oh my God.
But thank you so much for letting me come on. You can always welcome to ask me if I want to come on and chat or anything in particular. I love chatting, so if you haven't understood or I
Now you've
love
been
to
a great
talk.
guest, Sarah.
We picked up on it. We picked up on that.
No, I get that. Jason's like that too, but I do. I love to talk about arm wrestling, especially about stuff that that I just really love doing, that I'm passionate about. I can talk for hours about. But thank you so much, ladies. I
thank you.
appreciate being on this show, and I'm so glad that we finally have a show. So
I know.
great job, Lucky.
Oh.
And I am excited to see Katie and Stephanie's match in October. Definitely get a hold of Brandon and see what he's doing, but he did ask for one, so might as well get over there and ask him. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks so
Thank
much, Sarah.
you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Definitely. You're great. Bye.
Bye.
She was a
Awesome.
blast. I loved her.
Yeah,
That was,
Absolutely
yeah, this was
blast.
fun.
very, very fun. I'm glad we got her on sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have Grandma Rose still?
I guess she's not popping on. She said that she had some stuff she had to do tonight, but she really wanted to pop on. But so I sent her the link and everything, but I never heard back. So
Oh,
we'll try again. You know, I don't. You know, it's not a you got invited already. Now you're not invited anymore.
No, you missed your chance.
you missed your opportunity. So no but yeah, I am excited for the direction of the podcast. I think tonight was a really, really good episode. So thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate
Yeah, you guys
everybody
are so funny.
and all
Not
that.
just Stephanie, okay? Not just Stephanie.
Yeah. Again, thanks, Levi, for asking us all types of questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks,
To
Levi.
answer.
That really kept it going. Thank you.
Yeah, he was invested. Much love, Levi.
Yes. Say hi to Evan for me, Levi. She's another one I would like to get on the show. She is the sit down national champion from last year. So
Oh.
it could be fun to have her on, especially as we get close to sit downs.
Lucky, you say you're in Virginia, right?
Yeah, yo.
What part?
I'm in Central Virginia, like 2 hours outside of Richmond.
You know, there's a state that's in between you and me.
Right.
I'm calculating route right now. Dude, we are like less than 6 hours apart. We could totally find a 3-hour mark and get in there. So actually, you should definitely, I should give you the address to where we practice because it's 3 hours for me there.
The Carolina Chaos.
Yeah, we easily have 20 people, anywhere from 4 to 5 tables.
I've
Listen,
been
I'm not a part
invited.
of
It's hard for me on Sundays to go out and practice. But I have been invited out there and I've mapped it before, so I definitely am not opposed.
Where is that at?
We are practicing. Well, first of all, I'm not a part of Carolina Chaos. I just go to their practice. You have to like earn your spot to be on a team there, but those guys do help. It is in Spartanburg. It's at a gym, the Firm Fitness, and it's great. I mean, definitely realizing what little I was pulling at the beginning compared to what I am doing now. And then we had some other people that we pulled here in South Carolina. Like in Somerville, I had a smaller group I pulled with them. So, but yeah, it's a 3-hour trip.
Summer, I'll hopefully be back in South Carolina because I want to pull with Ike's group. You know Ike Ford in South Carolina. Okay.
No.
He goes by Honky Kong.
No, they're like
he's what is it? Saying he's like in the Augusta area.
So that's close. Then I think that's more closer to Georgia. He could be pulling more with the Savannah crew down there. So again, I'm still learning people too, like Katie, and like y'all say names, and I'm like, I'm over here Googling 90% of the time while y'all are chatting. I'm like, okay, I'm learning.
Yeah, I'm all. Oh yeah, I know them. No.
No shit. Legit, I didn't even know this was.
I was just thinking. I don't know if that's gonna be I know Carolina is kind of funky in the way that y'all are shaped. So sometimes it's like a 6-hour drive somewhere, and sometimes it's like a 2-hour drive. This is
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
just
we have it
depends.
so easy here. Like I only have to go 30 minutes to practice. That's it.
Shut up.
Well,
I
I
know.
was.
I can't believe I can't believe that there are people so dedicated that they drive 3 hours. Like you guys, I really look up to you. If I had to do that, I wouldn't. That would be the answer for me.
I
wouldn't do it.
listen, Chad Silvers is the best here in South Carolina. He's been pulling forever. This team has been since I think 1987. So when I Googled, when I found out about arm wrestling, and I was like, all right, who's the top female pullers here? Nothing is in the archives for South Carolina, by the way. There's no women's. I couldn't even find, period, who was the top female puller here in the US. So I was like,
Nicole
well,
Cisco used to be down there.
but again, nothing with the archives came up, so there's no female. So I immediately went to men and I was like, Chad Silvers, oh, Spartanburg, oh, that's great. But I reached out to WAL, everybody trying to figure out where to go, and it was probably about a week. And then I hit up Chad, and in 24 hours, he's like, this is when we practice. And then Adam Wazinski's over here. He's about 30 minutes from me. Sometimes practice will be at his house, but he trains there. And I suck and I want to get better. So I now make the drive because
Wow.
again, I'm tired of getting my hand slapped. So, and this is a very humbling sport, by the way. I'll admit, I went up going, yeah, I'm a thick bitch and I'm going to knock some skinny girls down.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'll freely admit it now. Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, these women are amazing. You know, I love the fact that some of these smaller women are stronger than me. It's great. But this sport is definitely the hardest for me. Technically, I've done CrossFit. I've done some strongman stuff. I've run OCRs. And this is so hard for me technically. They're like, do this, do that. And I'm like, okay. And then you go to the next person, like, do this, do that. And I'm like, listen, I can't even retain what I just got here, but I'm over here and you're telling me it's wrong. So it's just like, shit. Then it's starting to come together. I'm starting to find my own way that works for my body and everything. So that's cool. It hurts though. Everybody gets so quiet after I start talking. Like,
No,
am I that?
I feel like it's hard. It's the hardest sport I've ever done. I did high school basketball. I played NCAA Division I soccer. I played track and field. I've done softball, all of it. And
Yeah.
it's harder. And it's easier, in my opinion, to be on a team. Like, like on a soccer team or a basketball team where sure, some of the mistakes are yours, but everybody's fucked up when you lose, right?
Yeah, but
now when you lose, it's just you. It's just you. It's just you. There's nobody else. I can't deflect. Oh, it wasn't it. Nope. It was all me. I lost.
Yeah, and even if you're lifting in a competition and you might not win, but you'll still hit a PR. So you're walking away with something, so it's
there's still PRs. There's PRs in this. Like if someone smashes me and then the next time I can barely slow him down, ooh, that's a PR. Like, you know what I mean?
Every time I show up at a new tournament, PR. Keep going. So, but yeah, we should try to meet sometime, Lucky. We're not that far from each other. My goal is to travel more. I'm probably going to be more East Coast because I got 4 kids and it's a little hard, but I'm going to figure it out. But definitely that's my
it'll
goal.
be so big. We'll have either a yearly or an every 18-month convention where we all get together and have an arm wrestling poll.
That'd be awesome. That would be so freaking awesome.
Yeah. Is that the one where we make the guys make us a sandwich? Yeah. Remember that big joke with Danielle?
Oh, yeah. I want someone to make me a big fat sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
You can get a nice hotel with a spa
Mm-hmm.
and a huge gym.
Yeah, and then after we have our convention and all of our super matches and polls and whatever else we're doing, and the men are feeding us sandwiches, then we can hang out in the hot tub and just whatever we want,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have some vodka.
No open bar for Stephanie. I feel like we get to know her a little too well at that point. Oh man.
All right, well, ladies, this has been fun. I have to get off. I will.
Me too.
Well,
I
crap.
can't believe you guys are still awake over there on the East Coast.
Yeah, I got to get up in like 5 hours too. So.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta work tomorrow, so but I don't have to work.
Stephanie are just getting our night started. You guys are almost done.
No.
Yeah.
Sucks. So,
Yeah.
you guys,
I drove
y'all
like
take
7
care.
hours today. I'm out of there.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Good show, guys.
Bye-bye. Nice meeting you. Okay.
Hey, Stephanie, this is where we get just our own podcast, just you and me.
Not when I hit end meeting.
What?
All
Yeah.
I
Like,
can see it. I can just see it the next day. Wow, that lucky podcast really took a turn for the worse after everybody left but Stephanie and Katie.
I'm not pulling a Ryan and turning off my camera and walking away.
Okay, fine. Me and Stephanie
heard
will
some of
leave.
my
We'll leave.
bedtime stories.
No.
Yeah, fine. Me and Stephanie will have to have our own video chat without you then. All right. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to Mike and Levi in the chat. Thank you. Andrew popping in later. We'll be here next Saturday. Hope to see you there. And yeah, everybody